Hello, and welcome to the darkness once again. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody is feeling just topical, because I know I am, and I am feeling superb. Or am I? Difficult to say, especially during these trying times, right? Mm? Mm. During these electrifying times, right? When the chaos is high and the morale of humanity is at its all-time low, right? All I can say is, ha, 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 ha. Oh, he, uh-huh. And I thought my jokes were bad. You know, all of this jerk shit. It's, seriously, we just bumble our little lives, just oblivious as to what lies beneath us, right? But yet you never see it. You never hear it coming until you see it smiling back at you, right smack dab behind you. Hmm? And then everybody loses their minds because they finally see the chaos and misery that they themselves alone have created. Am I right or am I wrong? Or am I just plain crazier than others, right? Right? I mean, seriously. Some of you out there just overinflate things, don't you? Just a tad, just a little bit. Just a little bit. When you really shouldn't be inflating what's in back of you. You should be paying attention what's in front of you, what lies right beneath your feet at every step you take, at every action you do. We are right there waiting for you to fuck up, waiting for you to mess up, waiting for you to make that one misstep, that one miscalculation, and bam, we're on your heels like flies on rice. Because why? Because you see, we are like predators and prey. You see, a lion never announces his presence until he's right up on the gazelles. Just before he sinks his teeth into their neck and crushes their windpipe. Right? But the fun doesn't go there. No. The fun doesn't stop there. No, it doesn't. Even if you like for it to be, it doesn't. Then the fun part begins. The dismemberment, the absorption of the carcass, of the meat within, right? And then after the predators have eaten their fill and got what they want, then they leave the rest for the lesser beings, the lesser prey, the lesser scum of the earth, And they pick through the bones and little edible parts here and there. Then the rest is just left for time and left for just the elements to break down. And then after that, after all that happens, what happens after that grand tribulation, after that grand movement, after that grand elevation? What happens after that? The earth revives itself in the next rain, doesn't it? Then it comes back, doesn't it? Plants come back, don't they? And then the next thing you know, the next generation of prey comes around. And then the inevitable circle of life begins again. The inevitable web between predator and prey. That's the way it always is, isn't it? In this circle of life. Isn't it? Isn't it? Well, here's what kind of frosts my ass. Here's what kind of gets to me. Why do people keep circling around the same old stagnant water hole? Why do you keep smelling the same rotten garbage that you just threw away 10 minutes ago? Why do you keep coming around there when you could easily just say, look, I'm a man of simple taste, simple wants, and simple needs, right? Why bother with an item that's been sitting out there for days, weeks, months at a time, when you can get something fresher, something clearer, something crisper, something that will knock your socks off and give you that hunger, right? Give you that desire to keep going, the desire to keep hunting, the desire to keep rolling out there. Because it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And you either have two choices. Either you become the predator or you become the prey. You either become the wolf or you sit there and lie with the sheep waiting to be slaughtered. Think about that moment and think about it hard and think about it long when I say this to you. You are all capable of great things in life. Terrible things sometimes, but great. It all depends on how you direct yourself, right? It all depends on how you take that energy and direct it where you want to go. And you're saying, how can you separate both good and evil? Well, the thing is, good and evil are just like two hungry dogs that you feed. One you don't feed so much, and the other you feed until it's bursting. And it's really simple. It's the hungry dog that you feed the most. That is the one that's going to be dominant over you every single day, every single time, every single moment in that tiny little pea brain of yours. Until you decide this. No, it's not going to go down like this. It's not going to happen. I'm going to do something about this and stay with it. It's just like with these so-called plans and so-called little webs that we weave. You know the type. We always stick to a so-called plan, and then when it doesn't go our way or when it doesn't go all right, we're like, you know what? I'm just going to give up on it. I'm just going to quit on it. Because why? Because it's getting too hard. Things are getting too rough. Things are getting too difficult. And you want to quit. You know, I forgot to tell you guys, there's a level of me. There's a level of me that I've not yet exposed here. There is a monster within me, within my character, that I've never exposed before. But if I do, I might not be the calm, cool, collected guy that you hear. I might actually be more ruthless and more soulless than I've ever been before. Because I would be exposing you, all of you, to the very from which I, myself, was actually born into. See, I was born from the fires of hell. And I just decided to take on a voice that suits you, that makes you feel comfortable. But you see, I'm getting awful tired of comfort. I'm getting awful tired of being filtered. I want to show you guys the raw essence, which is truly me. And that's something I've never exposed here before in my life. Maybe one day I'm going to show you. Maybe one day I'm going to let you know. Maybe one day I'm going to take the mask off. And I'm going to show you who I really am and what I'm really about. But I guarantee it, you wouldn't like who I am. You wouldn't like what I'm really about. Because even the mere thought of it makes you tremble in fear. And fear is exactly what I feed off of, what I live off of, what I pride myself on. Fear. Because as long as people are afraid of the unknown, I've got that edge. I've got that indestructibility and that immovable tone, or whatever you want to call it. Because you see, I sound like this for your guys' comfort, for your guys' whatever you call it. I just make the step a little bit more, should I say, less turbulent, if I may be so bold. So anyway, I've pretty much said enough on here already. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. Beware of poking at the beast in a cage, because one day he will bite. And he will come out and give you might not expect. And that's it.